Fire and Smoke hit the airwaves in April 1981 as both the title track and second single from Earl Thomas Connolly's album Fire and Smoke. Crafted entirely by Connolly himself, it showcased his raw storytelling talent, melding heartfelt lyrics with a melody that smoldered like, well, fire and smoke. By July of that year, the song soared to #1 on Billboard's Hot Country Singles chart, Connolly's first chart-topping hit, and impressively lingered in the top 40 for 14 straight weeks. What makes this song stand out is its moody atmosphere. The combination of late-night loneliness, soulful guitar riffs, and Connolly's smooth, aching vocals defined his signature style. Country Universe even declared it the #1 country song of 1981, the track that finally broke through after a steady climb from his previous hit, Silent Treatment. This smoky, late-night heartbreak anthem didn't just top charts. It announced Connolly as a major force in country music. It left an enduring impression on country radio and helped set the stage for his incredible run of 18 #1 hits in the 1980s. Feels So Right by Alabama dropped on May 1, 1981 as the second single and title track from their album Feels So Right. Penned by lead singer Randy Owen, this mellow love song combines soft rock sensibilities with just enough country twang, a style that would go on to define Alabama's signature crossover sound. It became their fourth consecutive #1 on the Billboard Hot Country Singles chart, and notably, their first multi-week chart topper, holding the position for 2 weeks in mid-July. Beyond country radio, the track cracked the Hot 100, peaking at #20, and even made top 10 on the adult contemporary chart, cementing its wide appeal. Country Universe later noted how the song's arrangement borrows from soft rock acts like Bread, complete with light steel guitar and warm, inoffensive vibes, making it perfect for slow dances. It's exactly that mellow but catchy groove and Randy Owen's smooth, emotive delivery that turned it into a slow dance staple, whether at backyard mixers, school dances, or wedding receptions. And crucially, this song played a huge part in establishing Alabama as a dominant act in 80s country, blending crossover success with pure country heart and laying the groundwork for an era of massive popularity and influence.
If you had not have fallen, then I would not have found you.
Angel Flying Too Close to the Ground by Willie Nelson was released as the second single from the Honeysuckle Rose soundtrack in January 1981, following its first appearance on the album in 1980. Penned and performed by Nelson himself, the song is a poignant tribute inspired by a transformative personal connection, widely believed to be either the late Hell's Angel friend he helped through a hard time or his longtime collaborator, Hank Cochran. With its spare, almost jazz-tinged production, the track stands apart from typical country of the era. Sparse guitar chords, light brush percussion, and Nelson's deeply intimate vocal create a mood both vulnerable and haunting. As Rolling Stone noted, it's one of Nelson's most vulnerable, compelling vocal performances of all time, capturing that bittersweet tension between love and release. The emotional impact translated into success. On March 21, 1981, the song reached #1 on Billboard's Hot Country Singles chart, becoming his 7th solo chart topper, and charting for a total of 14 weeks. Though it held the top spot for just a week, its resonance carried it far longer in the hearts of listeners. Beyond its commercial success, the song has become one of Nelson's most enduring works. It's frequently highlighted as one of his most emotionally resonant pieces, with covers by Bob Dylan, Alison Krauss, and Chris Stapleton, and remains a staple of his live shows, often bringing audiences to hushed silence. In short, this jazzy, bittersweet ballad didn't just top charts. It captured the fragile ache of human connection and loss, cementing itself as one of Willie's most moving and timeless songs.
I don't need you, I don't need friendship.
Released on June 15, 1981, as the lead single from Kenny Rogers' album Share Your Love, I Don't Need You was written by Rick Christian and produced by none other than Lionel Richie. Riding the momentum of Rogers' 1980 smash, Lady, also produced by Richie, This track blended heartfelt country storytelling with pop soul production, smooth, emotional, yet undeniably radio-friendly. The song struck a chord fast. Within weeks, it topped both the Billboard Hot Country Singles and Adult Contemporary charts, holding the latter spot for 6 weeks through July and early August. On the broader Hot 100 chart, it climbed to number 3 in August, maintaining a sturdy presence for 18 weeks. What gives this song its emotional punch is a masterful mix of performance and production. Richie's gentle piano underpins Kenny's warm, vulnerable vocal, the kind that makes you feel heard in your tears. The lyrics unpack that familiar internal struggle. I don't need your loving arms around me. All I need is to be free, only to confide. But we both want it bad enough. It's a beautifully honest tug-of-war between self-sufficiency and longing, resonating with listeners who've ever tried to mask how much someone else truly means. Critics of the era praised it as the epitome of country pop crossover, and retrospectives like Country Universe later called it a classic Rogers performance, highlighting how its blend of soulful delivery and mainstream polish showcased Rogers' gift for expressing deep emotion without melodrama. In short, I Don't Need You isn't just a track you play in the car. It's the song you let calm you, accompany your late-night drives, and remind you that it's okay to feel fragile. That emotional honesty and crossover charm earned it a legendary place in Kenny Rogers' discography and our hearts. Love in the First Degree by Alabama, released on October 2, 1981, was the third single from their album Feels So Right. Penned by Tim Dubois and Jim Hurt, the song cleverly frames being guilty of loving you with courtroom-style language. An irresistibly cheesy but charming metaphor that became the hallmark of this guilty pleasure ballad. This track not only captured hearts, it stormed charts. It became Alabama's 5th consecutive #1 hit on Billboard's Hot Country Singles, marking their second multi-week reign atop the chart. But it didn't stop there. It was their biggest crossover smash, reaching number 15 on the Billboard Hot 100 in early 1982 and climbing into the top 5 of the Adult Contemporary chart, a testament to its irresistible hook and universal appeal. 7-Year Ache dropped in February 1981 as the lead single and title track from Rosanne Cash's album of the same name, marked a pivotal moment in her career. It was not only her first #1 hit on the Billboard Country Singles chart, but also her breakout into mainstream pop, peaking at number 22 on the Hot 100 and earning a top 10 slot on the Adult Contemporary chart. Penned by Cash herself, the song started out as a long-form poem inspired by frustrations with unfaithful partners and the restlessness that can creep into relationships. That poem took about 6 months to transform into the haunting disco-tinged country pop ballad we know today. Emory Gordy Jr. strings add a cinematic sweep, yet the song stays grounded in Rosanne's sharp lyrical delivery. As Country Universe put it, the single is a strikingly cinematic record, rich with vivid emotional snapshots. May 23, 1981 was the date Rosanne ascended to the top of the country charts, finally landing that coveted first #1, an accomplishment chronicled by Billboard and The Boot alike. Her rise was swift. It resonated on jukeboxes and radio across rural towns and pop stations in equal measure, thanks to its soulful blend of storytelling, melody, and production. It still hits today thanks to those cheeky but heartfelt lyrics, like, "Don't bother calling to say you're leaving alone, 'cause there's a fool on every corner." That sliced through with midlife angst, restlessness, and the pain of loving someone who might not stay. Over time, critics have celebrated it not just as Rosanne's breakthrough, but as a country pop masterpiece. Bouncing into number 4 is Elvira by the Oak Ridge Boys, a song with roots in 1965 but made legendary in 1981 when the group recorded it for their Fancy Free album. Their rendition introduced that irresistible papa mau mau hook, sung by bass vocalist Richard Sturban, not just as a catchy flourish, but as the anthem's pulse. As Joe Bonzel described, papa mau mau, means absolutely nothing. Yet its playful nonsense became the song's heartbeat and immediate sing-along highlight. When Elvira hit the airwaves, it quickly ascended to #1 on the Hot Country Singles chart over Memorial Day weekend and rocketed to #5 on the Billboard Hot 100, an impressive crossover success that introduced the Oak Ridge Boys to a broader pop audience. Certified platinum for selling 2 million copies, it shared that milestone with only one other country single at the time, Islands in the Stream. What makes it special isn't just the pop country hook, but the way it engages everyone. Dwayne Allen once said they aimed for a summer record for families of 4. Mom singing the verses, the kids the giddy-up parts, and Dad owning the bass line. And that energy paid off. Elvira earned the Grammy for Best Country Performance by a Duo or Group with Vocal at the 1982 awards, plus CMA and ACM Single of the Year honors, along with skyrocketing their Fancy Free album to double platinum status. Today, that Papa Mau Mau refrain is instantly recognizable, woven into American pop culture, parodied, hummed, and embraced across generations. A country classic with unforgettable flavor, Elvira remains the Oak Ridge Boys anthem that bounces between twang doo-wop nostalgia and joyful nonsense. Claiming #3 is Queen of Hearts by Juice Newton, a track that turned into one of the story's summer anthems of 1981. Written by Hank DeVito, it was first recorded by Dave Edmunds in 1979, but it was Newton's take, released June 8, 1981, that skyrocketed the song into pop country fame. Her version kept Edmunds' playful arrangement almost note for note, but injected Juice's warm, confident vocals and a bright, upbeat groove that couldn't help but get stuck in your head. It soared all the way to #2 on the Billboard Hot 100, where it held that spot for 2 weeks in September 1981, blocked from the top only by the massive Endless Love, and soared to #14 on the country chart, showing off Newton's genuine crossover appeal. Certified gold for selling over 1 million copies, this became Juice's signature hit, one of her first singles to achieve such success, and a milestone in her career trajectory. It even earned her a Grammy nomination in 1982 for Best Female Country Vocal Performance, underscoring its critical as well as commercial acclaim.
I was country when country wasn't cool.
I Was Country When Country Wasn't Cool by Barbara Mandrell, a foot-stomping anthem of authenticity. Released in April 1981 as the lead single from her live album, it wasn't truly a live recording, but a studio track sprinkled with applause to capture concert energy. Backed by songwriter powerhouses Kai Fleming and Dennis Morgan, and produced by Tom Collins, Mandrell delivers a tongue-in-cheek declaration of her country roots. I was country when country wasn't cool, / I was country from my hat down to my boots. The song also features an uncredited but unmistakable cameo from George Jones on the chorus, a passing of the torch moment nodding to country tradition. It exploded onto the charts, clinching the #1 spot on Billboard's Hot Country Singles on July 4, 1981, and earning Mandrell a slew of accolades, including nominations for CMA and ACM Single of the Year. Her country cred not only helped propel her live album to gold status, but also secured her a second consecutive CMA Entertainer of the Year award in 1981. What makes it resonate is its punchy message. Mandrell proudly claims she was authentic country before it hit the mainstream in the urban cowboy phase. It's the ultimate flannel shirt flex, proud yet playful, bold yet tongue-in-cheek, and decades later it's still a campfire favorite and fan anthem, with newer artists like Kelsey Ballerini covering it at the Grand Ole Opry to honor her legacy. Put simply, I Was Country When Country Wasn't Cool is more than a song. It's a declaration of identity and a cheeky reminder that real country roots don't need the spotlight to shine.
I love a rainy night. I love to hear the thunder, watch the lightning when it lights up the sky.
And taking the crown at #1 is I Love a Rainy Night by Eddie Rabbitt. Released on November 10, 1980 as the second single from his Horizon album, the song dominated the charts well into 1981. Co-written by Rabbitt alongside Even Stevens and David Malloy, it sprang to life from a fragment recorded years earlier, an echo of late-night solitude that Rabbitt rediscovered and polished into a fully realized anthem. Thanks to an infectious percussive signature, 2 tracks of finger snaps and 2 of hand claps laid down by session drummer Pharrell Morris, the song carries its own weather sound effects, perfectly mirroring its lyrical celebration of rain and renewal. That rhythmic clap, clap, clap groove, paired with Rabbitt's upbeat delivery, transformed it into an instant foot tapper. I Love a Rainy Night matched the dramatic impact of Dolly Parton's 9 to 5 by replacing it at number 1 on both the Billboard Hot 100 and Adult Contemporary charts in early 1981, a rare back-to-back country crossover phenomenon. The song also claimed the top spot on Billboard's Hot Country Singles chart, becoming Rabbitt's 8th country number 1 overall. Beyond charts, the tune hit gold status, moving over 1 million units in the U.S. It's since earned praise for its timeless simplicity. Country Universe praised its rockabilly feel and light and airy charm, noting that its stripped-down production let the melody shine. Today, that upbeat clap, clap, clap remains as irresistible as ever, showing up in road trip playlists, rainy day throwbacks, and even TV cameos like in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. It's more than a song. It's a feel-good groove that reminds us storms often clear, and that sometimes dancing in the rain is exactly what you need. These 10 tracks weren't just radio staples. They defined an era where country music grew bold, emotional, and undeniably catchy. Whether you were slow dancing under the stars or melting twang with pop, 1981 delivered songs that stand the test of time. So, which one's your top pick? Drop your favorite from the list or tell us which classic we missed in the comments. And if this list struck a chord, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Thanks for riding along, and we'll catch you on the next one.